But riding now on his second run, Emil Uelsletten. He's currently in 10th place. He's trying to drop a 61.33 to get in to the top 8 for the final.
His hands up, showing the judges, I'm not touching. What do you got? Cab double cork 900. He needs something big here on the money booter. Front side, almost double cork 1080. See the rotation, the axis.
In recent years, everything has come to double cork.
Well, for an update on Mark McMorris, let's head down to Alyssa out on the course. Alyssa, what do you have for us?
Yeah, Brandon, I don't have much more. You know, Mark is typically one of the loosest guys up here. He certainly has been all morning. When he got back up here, definitely not happy with that first run, but not in a talking mood. So I don't have much more to add to it. Wasn't into an interview.
That's understandable. Thank you, Alyssa. So let's take another look here at Mark's full run and just walk us through this, you know, what made this first run, I guess, ordinary.
Well, it starts off solid at the top. I mean, he was doing what he needed to do on the rails, you know, just enough. Because normally he can make up for it down the jumps. He's got those double corks, pretty much do them in his sleep. And here's the first one, double cork 900, but not sending it deep, not too explosive off the lip. Then a frontside 720. I mean, that's a trick I can do. And that's
Well, you are a pro snowboarder.
yeah, but that's just he's going for a three-peat.
Right.
He's better than that.
Well, and I think to your point previously, what makes it all the more puzzling is it wasn't like he was one of the first handful of guys to go. He watched Torstein go. He watched Sebastian Touton go.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he needed to do. Wow, that is a huge mistake because now he just added that extra pressure.
Right.
Like.
And Emil's score jumps up to an 87.33, putting him in the 4th place. So a great second run for Emil, the X Games rookie, as he looks to secure a spot in the final. That bumps out Davis, at least temporarily. And here is Billy Morgan now in that bubble spot, trying to best a 71.66.
Starting off with cab 270. Billy Morgan does have the tricks needed. A nice little gap there going from the left side to the right side. On the jumps. Oh! Just not having the appropriate speed to execute the trick. And we see now the investment take down 2 people.
Let's take another look at where it goes wrong.
Takes off the jump, fully committed. You're coming in blind there too, which is why those tricks are scored a little higher. You don't really realize it until the last second. Going for that front side. 1080 and
so Morgan's second score coming in at a 13, which he'll drop. So he has to have his fingers crossed at this point, sitting in that bubble spot with the rest of the field still to go. Again, 16 riders gets cut down to 8 as we take the best of 2 runs, and we are now on runs number 2 for everybody. And up next, another X Games rookie, Brandon Davis, who just got bumped out of the top 8. Brandon from Mammoth, looking to get back in to the top 8 and best a 66 on the dot.
Coming in as a rookie, he has not landed a triple cork, although you really don't need one today. You just gotta take advantage of these sections. Sure, he does laps all day long at Mammoth. No stranger to the park.
He's a member of the Mammoth Mountain Freeride team.
Oh, nice cab, double cork 12 there.
Little hand drag though.
Double backflip. What do you got for us? Got to finish strong. And wheeling out. But hey, he's a rookie.
Good experience, Kier. So we'll take another look at Brandon Davis's second run. Not sure it will be enough to best his first score, and it may keep him on the outside looking in as we take another look.
Little hand drag there on the investment. It's impressive he was able to regain his composure. But then down at the money booter. Again, just not able to stop his rotation.
So his score comes in at a 24, and Brandon Davis is officially eliminated as he sits in 9th place. But as you said before, he's a rook. Good little debut, experience, riding against these guys on this course. Can't ask for much more.
Hey, like you said, I don't consider myself a pro, so next year when he comes back and he is a pro, I'll lay it down.
So here's Haldor Helgeson. He's in 14th place. Had a really disappointing first run, only a 19.33.
And he has such a wild style, clearly having fun out here. But it's just, when you see a rider that has so much raw talent and is so good, you're like, Haldor, just come on, man, humor me and all of us and lay it down.
Well, and he'll even tell you, growing up in Iceland, there aren't really a lot of big mountains, so you have to develop a really creative and super technical way of riding.
Oh, and look at that. Off his toes. Frontside double cork 10. A lot more difficult off his toes. As I said, he has the pieces. Right. I mean, he had to fall on the investment, which is going to hurt his score, but it's like you're right there.
Yeah, it's got to, as we take another look at his run, that must be tough for the judges, too, because they know what he's capable of.
Exactly. Butters into that. Nice switch frontside board slide. A little sketch, but then hopping around off the cannon.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at him, arms up, clapping. He's just having so much fun, which I'm not faulting him for, obviously, because that's why all these riders should be out here. But just like focus that hair.
So Helgeson's second score of 44.33, better than his first, but not good enough to stave off elimination, as he will stay in 13th place, and he is officially eliminated. There we see another look into the athlete lounge. Say, they were a little too comfortable.
Yeah, can you bring some pizza up here, please?
I was just gonna say, the grub looks good in there.
Jan Broughton.
Broughton's another guy with the skills to get into the top 8, but he is in 11th right now, trying to drop a 57.
Yeah, that's a nice frontside board, 450 out. Trying to get every point he can get.
This is his 4th X Games appearance, yet to get a medal.
On the hand drag. Thought he was going to be able to pull it together. For the frontside double cork 10. And notice just how tight these jumps are.
Yeah.
Able to regain his speed. Let's take a look. Coming in, front side. We said hard trick, coming in blind there on the landing, and just wasn't feeling it.
So Broughton's second score comes in at a disappointing 15.66. He will not be moving on, and he'll have to settle for 11th place. Run number 2 for our 6th place rider. He's currently in that top 8 finals position, Alexander Ostring from Norway.
Ostring has landed backside triple cork, so he has the ammo.
Here, he's going to need a solid run. While he's 6th right now, you see Sage Kotzenberg, Mark, Smith still have second runs to go, so he's really going to have to deliver here on run number 2.
Yeah, the chances of Mark not throwing down a solid run are pretty much next to nothing. So as you said, he doesn't have much padding there. What's he got for us here on the money booter? Oh, taking it 1260. We heard our judge, Mr. Tom Zegas, say we want to see those, so Ostring saying, I do have one of those, Tom, if you want to see it.
So we take another look as he hits the financial district.
Started off with that double rodeo. A little bit of a hand drag.
Here he is at the money booter.
Taking off, spins a full 1260. See how long he holds his grab around.
Through the sun.
3.5 full rotations. Let him spot his landing and then just drops his back shoulder here to get that extra 180, sending it deep into the landing.
Textbook from Ostrang. So after a 78.66 and 84.0, so it ups his score, but yet it keeps him in 6th place, not enough to jump up. So for now, he is in the top 8. Will he stay there by the day's end? We do not know. But here's a guy who can crash the party, Sage Kotzenberg.
Indeed. It's like I said, sitting at the bottom and you know that you have Titans coming down still. It's never a good feeling.
Sage is in 14th place, trying to best a 32.33.
Sage, one of those riders, has many of the double corks. Really trying to figure out that car strategy. Hops, yeah, exactly. Don't know if it's working for him. Hopping up onto the container. You see the creative grab, but lacking the total rotation. But speaking of rotation, there you go. Sage is like, stop talking here. Give me a chance to pull out my tricks. Oh.
He was putting one together. Sage Kotzenberg, who has not earned an X Games medal since 2012. And it may not be in slopestyle this year as he sits in 14th place and we await a score. But there is a silver lining. Sage is, of course, headed to the Olympics representing the U.S. team. But here, let's take another look.
Look at that double cork 1260 Japan grab. It's exactly what the judges were looking for. He shut me up real quick with it, but then this truck driver wasn't able to keep it together. I mean, you're spinning so fast, traveling, and to stop that rotation, if you're not fully on it, it just unfortunately loosens up on you.
Well, Sage, after a 32.33, earns a 31.33 and he stays in 14th place. Up next, a guy who needs a lot of help. He's sitting in dead last, 16th place, Ulrik Bardacher from Norway. Only had a score of 13.66 as he wasn't able to finish his first run. Let's see if he can put up a big score.
Snaps that double wildcat around.
So Ulrich's second run continues as Mark McMorris looks on. He's going to need some help if he wants to jump into the top 8. More slopestyle when we return.
Scared to be lay it down to the last run.
That's why they get 2 here in eliminations. We count the best score. Here now is Sandbeck, who is Stahle's in the top 8 right now. He's in 5th place. Let's see if he can best an 87 on the dot.
And Stahle was able to pull that 87, allowing him now to feel a lot more comfortable. A switch, backside double cork 1080, and super impressive. He's not messing around. They said coming off a win in Copper Mountain at the Grand Prix, kind of a prelude of X Games in the Olympics. And he is looking good.
Part of the Norwegian slopestyle team in the 2014 Olympics. And another solid run for Stahle as we take another look at what went down.
Coming in, nice switch, backside double cork 1080. The hardest of the 4. And spinning that one all the way around the 1260. And notice his hands not touching the snow. Judges are like, yep, what do you got for us? And off the money booter. Nothing like throwing a top to bottom run and then coming down to the last hit. You're like, come on, land.
Can't say I've been there, Kier, but I'll take your word for it as we await Stahle's second score. It should be noted, by the way, and wow, a 91.66 jumps him up into second place, and that bumps out Brandon Davis, and or I guess Davis has already been out, but Billy Morgan there on the bubble spot. But Torstein Horgmo up next, our current leader. Torstein, by the way, has never won SlopeStyle. In fact, he's never earned a medal, period, in SlopeStyle, if you can believe that. Plenty of golds, as you can see, in big air. But Torstein, Stahle, Chaz Goldemon, and Max Perot, all four of those guys have already clinched spots in the SlopeStyle final. So, Torstein, I don't know if you can bump up a 93.33, but I'd sure love to see it.
Well, now he's just cruising, so no pressure. Got another practice run for him. Qualified first in Tigna, and then unfortunately suffered a little injury, wasn't able to finish his work there. But hey, get ready to qualify maybe first again. Kind of a golfer like to call it a mulligan.
And why can't this, oh, takes his first fall today, but why can't this be his year, Kier? I mean, we know Mark McMorris is going to come back stronger on his second run, certainly.
I mean, there's no reason why it can't be. He has the tricks on the rails and the jumps. It just, can he lay it down, right? It's that Eminem and 8 Mile, right? Seize the moment. That's right. So big air, he's been able to do it. Now he has to do it in SlopeStyle.
We're taking a replay of Billy Morgan's run from top to bottom. Billy Morgan, an X Games rookie, is in that 8th spot, or as we like to call it, bubble position. You do not want to be there, particularly on runs number 2, especially when you got a guy like Mark McMorris, who still has to make his second run of the day. As we said, 16 riders out here today, but only 8 will move on to the final. And Morgan is in that 8th spot currently.
And this just refreshes your memory so that when riders come down, you can say, okay, Billy did 3 doubles. His rail section was a little weak. Compare the two.
Here's Chaz Goldemon, currently sitting in 3rd. As we said before, already qualified for the final. If he wants to move up his standings, he could, as he sits in 3rd place. But we will be seeing Chuck G in the SlopeStyle final.
Nice 270 starting things off. Medium grade trick to the cannon, alley-oop onto the wall. He looks really smooth today. Hoping for speed coming into the financial district. His patented double rodeo 900. He's got to watch those little hand drags. Switch.
Here it should be noted, there's only 3 riders left who are not in the top 4.
And those are 3 heavy riders. Should also be noted.
Well, that's going to do it for Chaz's second run. As we said before, Chaz already qualifying for the final. Had a score of 90 on the dot on run number 1. As we await that score, defending gold medalist, back-to-back gold medalist here in SlopeStyle, Mark McMorris is currently in 12th place. And this is why you get 2 runs, Kier.
It is, but when you look at those images, you can see him attacking. And in that first elimination run, he was not attacking. He thought he was actually just out cruising with his friends. Someone must not have told him that it was competition time. Practice was over.
So Chaz's second score comes in, and he bested his first, a 91. But he will stay in 3rd place. So a great first round of eliminations for Chaz Goldemon. And a good sneak peek what we'll see in the finals. Up next, Sven Thorgren from Sweden, he is on the outside looking in as he sits in 10th place.
Coming off the 2nd place already this year. Took 2nd to Mark. He's got the skills. Double rodeo, but not sending it deep into the landing. Come on, Sven.
Sven will need a 71.67 or better to jump in to the top 8.
We've just seen Morgan's run. So comparing the two down here, trying to make up.
Little hand drag there.
Yeah. Pretty much on every jump, actually.
Well, let's take another look at his jumps there in the financial district.
Starts off with the double rodeo. Coming in switch into the cab. Double rodeo 900. In this day and age, you can have those tricks, but you have to follow them up with more difficult tricks. He tries to make it up here, but the hand drag just shuts it down. There will be no freebies. Zekas and company.
So Thorgren's score coming in worse than his first run, a 64.33, and Sven has officially been eliminated from contention. So just a few riders left. Up next, a guy who's sitting in 16th place, Seppe Smits from Belgium, and we should expect a much better run from Seppe here in run number 2.
Coming off of bronze last year. Clearly has the skills. What do you got for us? Seppe, Gav.
Should also be noted, he's less than an arm removed from a pretty gnarly left arm break. He's got a metal plate and 16 screws in there here.
Yeah, he did, what, 3-4 months of rehab. He's like, I'm 22, that's all it takes. I'm back on it. Did you miss me? Seppe trying to pull it together here. Don't know if that was enough.
Well, it was a full run, which was better than what he had his first go around, but you don't know if it's enough to get into the top 8, huh?
Let's take another look at it. Starting off up top. No hand check. Last 2 hits coming down. It's a nice cab. See, Money Booter, can he cash this check? 1080. Wow, Tom's got his work cut out a little bit, because you're kind of making or breaking people's dreams right now with these final runs.
No pressure. So Seppe had a 14.66 in his first run. Of course, he wasn't even able to finish that one out. As we await his second score to see if he will get into the top 8 and bump out Mr. Morgan.
Finished it off with a buttery double backside 1080. To taunt and back up to the stage.
Should be noted also, Yul Sletton also has earned a spot in the final. So he will live to see another day. And run number 2 score coming in for Smits. Oh, a 71, and here just 0.66 is all that differentiates he and Morgan for that 8th spot. So Smits is eliminated. Man, that's a tough one.
Oh yeah, you noticed it took the judges a little while.
Really did.
They wanted to make sure that they got the call right.
So Morgan, the rookie, still surviving there in that bubble spot. You don't usually get to live on this long with all these riders coming through, but he continues.
Max Perot, kind of a freebie run here because he's already in. Nice. 360, gapping over to the bottom side. And he said Max kind of like a sleeper. Sebastian Ton and McMorris casting a shadow, but he's trying to break out on his own. I remember when Toutant first came in, he was the guy, and then Mark was like, we ride together, but I don't know if I can handle you getting all the limelight. Mark came back, made a name for himself. Maybe Max can do the same this time around.
And that silver medal in slopestyle just a year ago. So up next, well, coming up, Mark McMorris is currently in 13th place. And Kier, let's take another look from top to bottom, his entire first run. And I guess all we can say is pretty ordinary, just kind of a casual run. Didn't seem like something Mark McMorris would put even in an elimination run.
Yeah, and it wasn't just that he didn't choose the right tricks, he didn't execute them perfectly. On the box there, easy trick, but he didn't lock in. Then down here on the jumps, not sending it deep into the landing on that CAD double 900. And the 720, to me, that was just a complete brain fart. He thought that this would be able to make up the backside double cork 1080, but with what the field is throwing down these days, your name isn't going to be enough.
I have a sneaking suspicion, though, Kier. Mark has heard us, and we've gotten to him, and he knows what it's going to take, and he's going to blow our minds on run number 2. But before he goes, his Canadian Olympic team member, teammate, Sebastian Toutant, who is safe. He's in the 7th spot. He will be moving on to the finals. See if he can best the score of 77.66, but as I said, it will not matter as he is already qualified.
Starting off nicely in the rail sections there. The frontside board. And the 270 the hard way, gapping. And coming off of the fall, it's so impressive to see him battling, being able to pull these runs. Back-to-back double 900s. To the frontside double cork 1080. Finish off strong indeed. Backside double cork 1080. 2 flips, 3 full rotations. And that's what you call a textbook elimination run right there, especially for a guy that was falling out of the sky last night.
Right. Let's not forget that this guy took a really bad spill in big air practice last night. And he's back and will most certainly jump up the leaderboard on run number 2. But really the story comes down to Mark McMorris. He is going to need a huge run to get into the top 8. He is the last rider of the day. Run number 2 here in eliminations. He is your defending gold medalist in slopestyle. Back-to-back gold medals. And he's got to best that 51.33. In fact, he's going to need at least a 71.67 or better to bump out Morgan and get into the top 8.
Well, this would be a true showing of his ability to handle the pressure, because it's been said, you know, Sean, by taking time off to practice, well, this is the guy that, at least from a slope perspective, he's really taking time off to practice to make sure that he can have the tricks to beat. So Mark, it doesn't really come down to the tricks, it comes down to your mental right now. Can you capitalize on this moment?
Yeah, Shaun White pretty confident in his pipe game, but he knows he's got to step up his practice and his preparation in slopestyle if he wants to beat McMorris in Sochi next month. That's really what it boils down to.
A lot of times too, you know, when these top guys, you think that it's an automatic because they always deliver, which is what makes them the best, but you still have to go down. You still have to pull the tricks. So McMorris on course. Again, coming off a little early, changing up his run. Let's see if he can take out the 720. What's he going to put there? Because he's got to make up points. Still, there's the 900, just as he did on his first run. There you go. Frontside double cork into his double wildcat. So he took the 720 out, put a 1080 in. At the bottom, he just needs his backside double cork. 1080, stops it. Yep.
I think McMorris heard the rumbling.
That's not the best run. That's called smart snowboarding right there. That's smart competition.
Well, let's take another look at the second run, the impressive run there for Mark McMorris as he tries to jump into the top 8. Kier, what'd you like about this?
Well, that part I didn't like because he didn't lock in. So the judges definitely like, ooh, Mark, what are you doing? But I did like how he was able to take out the 720 and then add in this frontside double cork 1080, which you're coming in blind, extremely difficult. And then the rest was just kind of cruise control for him. I mean, he's been doing this line right here, the double wildcat into the backside double cork 1080 for the last 3 years. So kind of cruise control. But always impressive to see people taking out tricks and adding new tricks in, right?
And let's be honest, we do like the dramatics of all this. Mark McMorris, who we expect to be there, being the last rider, needing a big run to not just get the top of the spot, but get into the top 8. And he does that, a 92.0 on the dot, jumping him all the way up from 12th to 2nd place. And it bumps out X Games rookie Billy Morgan. Mark McMorris, all is right in the world, qualifying 2nd overall. Let's head down to the course where Alyssa Ronick is with Mark. Alyssa.
Yeah, you guys, Mark knows this is a TV show. He knows we want drama. Mark, talk about that first one. We're not used to seeing you hold back. Clearly the judges thought you were. Talk us through that run.
Oh, man, I just didn't know what to do. I was questioning myself for the last 10 minutes. And am I going to do a front 7? Am I going to do a front 10? Am I going to do a triple? And then it was... I've done that run a million times in my life. Just do it, you know. And I made it happen, and I'm ecstatic. I was stressing. I don't know. I've never been to X Games and not made a final or a podium, so I'm glad I'm in there, and it feels good.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing any sort of stress from you. What were you thinking at the top of that second run?
Just land. I just couldn't believe I was in that position. I hate to be in that position, but I am very stoked. That's all I can ask for. Finals, it's on.
Yeah, so finals, we saw several double corks out here. We didn't see at the triple. What is it going to take to win this in finals?
I just did a triple.
Oh, sorry.
But yes, there's only one landed triple, and I'm stoked I could do it, and haven't been practicing it all that much on this course, so yeah, I'm just glad. But yeah, there's going to be many more triples on Saturday, I can assure you that.
Okay, thanks, Mark, so much. Congratulations.
Well, 7 of 8 finalists, or Olympians, I should say, making the final, so it is a star-studded final right around the corner. Let's bring in head judge Tom Zekas one more time. And Tom, Mark McMorris looked like he heard us talking, and I guess that was a pretty good pep talk he gave himself. Just land